Hi, I'm Jeff Ludy, the window expert. Today, I'm at the International Builder Show in Las Vegas, 2024. I'm here with a good new friend of mine, Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
Like Eddie
Good
Murphy,
to see you.
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's right.
So Sean is with a company called Martin Garage Doors, and we have one behind us. We have one over here. We're going to talk about these. And I just wanted you to kind of let our audience know about Martin Garage Doors, who they are, etc. And then we're going to take a look at how awesome this door is. So tell me, who's Martin Doors?
We can definitely do that. So Martin Door is a company that started in 1936 in Santa Ana, California. And back then they made one-piece doors that tilted up. They actually were building them out of old World War II Army bunks. They weld the metal together, and then it would basically pivot the door.
I had one of those at a house. It was built in 1926.
Yeah,
it was just one hit. It was just like this, right? It had these big long springs on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe you've got one now, actually.
Yeah, they call them shin busters because they'll hit you right there
as they come up,
and it hurts.
Yeah.
And then Dave Martin and his brother moved up to Salt Lake City, Utah, where we still manufacture our product. And about that time, you started seeing sectional garage doors. Okay. So everything kind of went from a one-piece tilt-up to a sectional where it would roll up and roll back.
Right.
Doesn't break your shins, a lot safer, a lot smoother running. And we kind of started more in the commercial piece of it, which was just a horizontal rib door, and then evolved into raised panel, glass product like we have here, and continuing to make more and more different types of doors.
I'm looking at this door, and the first thing I see is just how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
I mean, now, granted, if you're going to have a glass door like this, you better have a clean garage, right?
Yeah. But, if you're looking in there, it better be really
clean. A guy
clean.
with a really nice car.
Yeah.
This is like a way to showcase that,
and I've
right?
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you got your Ferrari back there, or your Lambo. Either one's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're driving a Nova, you got to have the dark glass, which we do.
Yeah.
We do a lot of, not that there's anything wrong with the Nova, but most of them that we do will be either frosted or an insulated unit where it lets light into the garage, but you can't see in.
Okay.
And that's probably one of the most popular.
So if if my garage door faces the street, obviously I probably don't want something like this. Right? But I mean, if I've got an exotic car collection,
right,
and it's around the side, or in fact, maybe this is my swimming pool out here, and when I'm in my pool, I want to look at my beautiful trophies.
Yes.
Then obviously this is a great product for that.
You know, and a lot of people are using them not as a garage door; they're using them as a separation of space, or on their patio where they'll actually use the same product.
So like enclosing a patio with this?
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought about that. That's a great idea.
The nice thing about this too is that this one is actually a powder coated door.
Okay.
We do about 60 different standard colors of powder coating.
Wow.
So we can usually match, we can custom match, we can really do about anything with it.
Is this a 2604 powder coat finish?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, it's probably 2604 or 2605, but we'll put it down here so you know.
Let's see.
Okay, so I want to see this thing open.
Okay.
Show us how cool it is.
So this one happens to be a vertical lift door. Because we're on a display, it's going to go straight up.
Okay, all right. Wow, that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
And it's quiet.
Yeah, it is quiet.
That is really quiet. Okay, come inside. I want you to tell us a little bit about your hardware, because this is not what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, so this is actually, part of it you'll see in the industry, some of it you won't. And
what was that? I want to see.
So this is a reverse angle system. And what that does, it allows you to actually put the door in tighter because it's actually riding on metal. If you have wood jambs, which most garage doors do, if that wood swells, you've got to loosen the door up, or the opener thinks it's going to come down on something. So by having reverse angle, the door is riding on that. If your wall swells from it raining or whatever it may be, it moves the whole system slightly with it.
Okay. Here's what I'm noticing too is this is not that flimsy galvanized roll formed steel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me about this.
So we actually powder coat this if people request it. Sometimes it'll be galvanized, but on a door like this, we'd like it to be powder coated.
This is a nice door.
Hinges, basically anything that can be powder coated is powder coated.
Okay.
On this, and then we use a hem track, so it's a more sturdy track.
What does that mean?
It has a little hem to it. You can feel the bend over in there.
Back in the back.
Yeah, so it keeps the rollers in tighter. We use a 100,000 cycle roller, so it's a sealed bearing inside of there. So it keeps it running smooth.
Wow, that is really cool. And it's really quiet too. Now, so options, you said there's a lot of glass options, but you also said something about insulated. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so we can actually insulate the frame
Okay.
and then also use an insulated glass unit.
Like I would in a double pane house
Exactly.
window?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
you can get higher efficiency out of a door like this, especially if I'm cooling my garage or heating
Yep.
my garage, right?
Yeah. You can get
Okay.
a lot better efficiency. A big part of that isn't just the door itself, but it's also the seal on it. Again, having that reverse angle, you can go tight on it.
Right. that
But we
makes
also
sense.
have a seal that goes on here. So when
Okay.
it comes down, it seals up. The bottom has a seal, and then we put a top seal on it. So you're stopping that airflow.
So
from
airflow,
going back
yeah.
and forth,
So what good
right?
is great glass if the air's leaking in all the way around it, right?
Exactly.
Okay, terrific. Your doors, if I'm mistaken, correct me now, but your doors are not an entry-level product.
No, they're not. I mean, you can probably buy less expensive product, but you want to have a quality product that's going to last. If you're buying a glass door, you're already going to spend.
You're spending more money anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
the
but-
difference between the lowest and the top isn't very big.
Yeah, but even that door is more beautiful than doors I see in my neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And that's not a real expensive door.
No, that's not.
Is this stamped or what is this?
Yeah, this is stamped. So this is actually our new Keystone door.
Okay.
This is actually 23 gauge steel, and it's a
Wow.
high tensile steel. So a lot of product you see out there is a pretty mild steel because it's easier to stamp it.
Oh, I got you.
So we're using a high tensile steel, and really that just gives it more strength, better
Yeah.
dent resistance, better wind load resistance, basically all of that.
Mhm.
This one's insulated, and then we also make a steel window. So this window does not have plastic frames or any of that. It's
Okay.
actually made out of the same metal that this door is made out of,
Okay.
and it's modular. So
Oh, I got you.
just like with our glass door, we can change the section heights, we can add styles, we can take away styles.
Okay, I got
We
you.
can do that with this as well.
All right. So now, for those of you who don't know, the lower the number, the heavier the gauge, right? So this
Correct.
is you said 23?
23.
23
Yeah.
gauge steel. On my house, I'm replacing my garage doors with a Martin door,
Mhm.
and that's why I came to know about these people. It must be a 27 gauge or something. I mean, it is like
good
Coke,
possibility.
Coke can
Yeah.
thick, right?
Yep.
And it's all dented up. It's, anytime a rock from the lawnmower
Yep.
comes over and hits it, I got a spot that's
Right.
ugly, right?
Exactly.
You're not going to have the same thing with this.
No, I can tell you, my dad has a Martin door that's over. It's probably right around 30 years old.
Yeah.
Still looks new.
Really?
And I caught a neighbor kid driving up and bouncing off of it with his bicycle
Yeah.
front tire, and it didn't dent it.
Now, am I mistaken, or is this what I'm feeling? I'm feeling, and maybe it's the thickness here, I feel a real more definition, like a deeper texture on this
Yeah.
than what you normally see on a garage door.
Yeah, and there is actually. That's good that you noticed that
Yeah.
because most people wouldn't notice that. But so it's basically a wood grain embossment.
Okay.
Typically, they're pretty light, so you don't see
No,
them
this
too
is
much.
this feels like
This
real
is-
wood. I've
yeah.
got a real texture here.
It's pretty heavy in there. That actually adds additional strength to the section as well.
It does.
So having that high tensile steel, having a heavy wood grain, you're just adding strength back to it.
And options for a different glass up here as well. I mean, I
Yeah.
see this is clear.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could go with smoke glass, dark glass.
Any glass
Frosted
that's out
glass.
there, we can put in it.
You can put in there.
Yep.
Okay. So one of the things I think you should consider as a homeowner is if your garage faces the street, right? It's the biggest door in your house. And people always think about my front door, my front door, my front door, and then they just don't think about the garage door.
Yeah, they'll spend a
And
lot
it's
of money
ugly.
on that front door, but
Yeah, and then we'll buy a nice garage door to
Right.
really complement the front door. So that's the reason I'm into Martin doors, because I think you guys make one of the most beautiful and high quality durable doors
Yeah.
out there. And I wouldn't want to sell a product being a 5-star company, right?
right.
That
exactly.
I know is not a good
Got to
product.
stand behind it.
Got to stand behind
Yeah.
it. And you guys do a terrific job. Since
1936.
1936. You've been around a long time. I mean, you guys are coming up on almost 90 years
Yeah.
here in a couple of years.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for taking the time.
You bet.
Thank you for
Thank
showing
you.
us around.
Appreciate it.
If you'd like to learn more about this, I'm going to put a link down below. Actually, you can even come into our showroom where we have some samples, a lot of different colors if you're in the Houston area. If you're not, and you're looking for a great company near you, check out thewindowexperts.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.